Before we begin, hello, nitwits. Welcome to Knitting Time with Willie, I think is what this show's called. I probably should have looked it up before. It's the show. I don't have an intro. It's a knitting circle, basically. We're gonna do some knitting and talk to our friends. So, our friends today are Brian Miller and Emily Heller, who I think I introduce again later in about 30 seconds. But anyway, let's see if we can't get them on the line. I'm here with Brian and Emily Heller Miller. They are two of my friends, and you know them from the internet, and we've probably been drunk together at some point. So, welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
You want to introduce yourselves? I don't know how to introduce people.
Sure. I'm Brian. I think from the internet, a very small, quiet cavern of the internet.
Yeah.
Not quiet. Come on, man.
What was that?
I said not quiet. I've heard you talk. I've heard you get excited about Dungeons and Dragons, too, of course.
Remote.
There we go.
A remote area of the internet.
I'm Emily. I also am on the internet sometimes.
We're all on the we're all on the internet. Black Mirror. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Good? You're good right now? You can be honest. The world's ending, so that's not great.
I mean, the world is ending and we're both hungover, so I think that about sums it up.
You're still hungover because it's later for me. What? You guys have fun last night, or just get sad drunk?
A little both. I feel like anytime getting drunk is a little bit of both.
Yeah.
We made homemade do-garitas last night.
Oh no, that's bleak. I'm sorry. Were they good?
No, it was
It was okay.
noxious, I think would be the word.
You want to know something fun about me is like I can't have caffeine after 4 p.m. anymore, so I will never know the taste of a do-garita because I don't like day drinking.
Wow. I feel like 'cause we are Diet Coke consumers to a disturbing degree. I feel immune to caffeine.
Well, we used to live together, so I know what it's like to share a 12-pack of Diet Cokes with you guys, and by share I mean get one and then like have Emily sadly look at me being like, I'll buy more, I'm sorry, and then I'll be like, okay. God damn it, I'm sweating already. Like,
Sharing a 12-pack of Diet Coke with us is really like cracking one open and then we just come and take it from you.
Matt and I drink a lot of Diet Cokes as well, but that's like my morning beverage now. Which I eat it with like breakfast food because I really like it because like it reminds me of like after church on Sunday when you would go to a diner and I'd get a soda with breakfast and I'd be like, I'm so cosmopolitan.
Wow.
There is truly nothing better than a Diet Coke with cereal. I will go to my grave.
Oh, see, that's gross to me, and I feel like you should feel bad about it. Because I feel like Diet Coke goes with savory. I love it to cut through. I like the sweet to cut through the savory, but cereal's already sweet.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, well, to each their own. Last time I had Nathan on, and it was a disaster. And I mean, not on his part, on my part, because I just don't know what I'm doing, and I still don't. And I was going to come up with some interview questions, but I didn't. So, what would you guys like to be asked?
Oh, great question. I feel like I can talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at length, so go ahead and prepare those real fast.
What is your favorite turtle?
Ninja Turtle or turtle in general?
Is there a different answer? I would like to hear if you have a.
Oh no! I'm already. Did you mean the biological animal turtle? If I had a favorite turtle.
I mean, I do want to know if you have a favorite turtle. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either until just now, but I didn't have this picked out, but I will declare right now, sea turtles are dope.
Sea turtles are cool.
Yeah, sea turtles are cool. Does it piss you off that the Ninja Turtles are tortoises? There was a thing near my school, there was like a little turtle pond, and there were also tortoises nearby, and I remember kids used to throw the tortoises in being like, I'm bringing you home, but then they just drown because the tortoises aren't supposed to be in water. That was an unpleasant story, but it happened.
I also accidentally killed a turtle once. There were several of us. We were in a park and we found a turtle, and we were like, we're going to take this turtle home. And there was a terrarium, or one of my friends had like a fish tank, so we filled it with water and we put it in there, and it just fucking died.
Oh no. Emily, what animals have you killed?
I have also accidentally killed a turtle. Well, my cat killed a turtle. We got those little tiny disease-infested ones from Chinatown when I was a kid, and my cat knocked it out of its little tank, and it dried up.
How noticeably sweaty am I?
You do have a glisten.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to do this now. I'm going to take off my sweater. I had the thing where I was like, oh, wear a sweater, because, like, it's sweaters and knitting and all that shit, but sweaters are hot, and they don't tell you that in YouTube school.
So which YouTube school did you go to?
Fucking, give me a second. Give me a second.
I mean, we could just go with fucking give me a second, you.
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying to come up with, I don't know, the Yale.
I was gonna try knitting too. Emily, could you pass me? So I have no idea where to even start.
See, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna teach you, but I also am designing the show so that it's the easiest thing in the world for the other person to do. Because, like, I wouldn't want to put a lot of effort into someone else's show, so I wouldn't ask other people to buy yarn for me. But if you already have yarn,
and we got it, yeah.
Okay.
Could I? Is this something I should not screw up? Okay, great. Great. Can I, can I just take an honest stab at how I think maybe this works?
Go for it. Do you want to watch me do it first?
No.
Okay.
it's just making little loops, if that helps.
I definitely don't know, with what I have right now, I definitely do not have any idea what my next step is. Do not tell me.
Okay, well, Brian does that. Emily, what question do you want to be asked?
I've been watching a lot of Full House. Do you have any Full House questions for me?
I thought you were going to ask how to end it all. I don't
No, I know that.
have any. Wait, you've been watching the old Full House?
Yeah.
So, Lori Loughlin, where do you stand on that? Are you still a stan?
I mean, I wouldn't say I was ever a Lori Loughlin stan. I think that going so far as to edit her out of her Hallmark show is going a little far.
Wait, that happened? Yeah. For those who don't know, Lori Loughlin is in prison for some reason, and she, like, practiced kung fu.
She's not there yet, as far as I know.
But she is practicing kung fu. Or she's practicing, like, martial arts to defend herself, which is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, she did. I did read that she was.
Is that real? The kung fu part's real?
I don't know if it's specifically kung fu, but she is learning self-defense. Yes.
It's the best thing I've ever heard. And the idea of Lori Loughlin in a prison fight being like, I've taken a month of extensive kung fu-ery and just like whipping out some kung fu moves. Either she wins or she loses. Either way, it's funny. I feel like Kevin Hart has like 10 movies called Get Hard, though.
You're going about this in much the wrong way. Can I give you a bit of a hint?
Yes.
You're going to move these loops from this needle to this needle.
You know, I was pretty just happily like twirling this thing around. Now you introduced a wrinkle that I do not know. That hint has destroyed.
How about this, Brian? You are putting one loop into another loop. That is your goal.
Cool. Where's loop number 1?
We're doing this because when I start a YouTube show about knitting, I think people probably expect me to be educational or teach them in some way, and I'm just not going to do that. And so you guys are kind of giving the people what they want while I'm just kind of staying back here and making red knits.
What you just did there was close.
Okay, so I wrapped it around
No,
like
not
this.
that.
What did I do before that was close?
When you stuck this needle into that.
I can see my cat in the corner, and I know he's about to do something bad, but I don't know what it is. You're an asshole, Doodle.
Doodle. We have not met Doodle yet, and I'm very excited to meet him.
He's a bitch. He is very much like, I definitely have, you know how they say that like cats have like a parasite that makes you like them more?
Yeah.
Definitely like kicked in with me recently because I've been very pro Doodle recently, and I don't know why because he sucks. But I see him and I'm like, oh, Doodle, you're stupid.
Been canceled.
Oh, good. My cat just sneezed. He has allergies today. He's been sneezing a bunch. It's not adorable. He sneezes out like man-sized snot rockets. It's disgusting. Like Matt pointed it out to me the other day, and I didn't realize it, but there's like a stain next to his wall where Doodle sits, and it's because he's been sneezing snot rockets onto the wall. He's gross. We just found out that he was abandoned by his first owner, which is sad. But
Oh, Doodle.
because he was gross. They figured out who he came from because he's like a purebred stupid cat that like someone paid a lot of money for, and so he had like breeder papers and stuff, and apparently the person bought him, and it was like, no, you're too gross, so he just like left him somewhere, and then they like found him and they're like, do you want your cat back? And he was like, no, and so he went to a shelter. So that's my cat story. He's so gross that he got abandoned, which is sad, but like, I've lived with him for a year, and it was kind of his fault.
Lily was also abandoned.
Yeah, I kind of have an island of misfit toys going on here. I'm sure Matt was abandoned at some point. Brian, how you doing there?
I've gotten to one needle goes into the loop, kind of.
Yep.
And then I seem to be getting stuck around the same. I've mastered one half step.
Yep. Then the string goes around the back needle.
This is where I'm getting screwed up.
And then you're gonna loop the loop that you just put your needle into back over the
Oh,
needle
no. This is a
and
big ball of yarn.
slide it off of the left-handed needle.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm getting this guy into this guy.
Yep.
Make him go behind that guy.
They can go behind that guy.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now, bringing this guy around.
What are you knitting?
This is just a thing that I started for Brian because he wanted to try to knit.
Oh.
I'm working on a hat and a sweater.
Oh. Okay.
I can bring those out to show you if you're interested.
And not. So, maybe another time. Make them blink.
Okay.
How do you do it on the computer?
Yeah.
Huh. When I was a kid, We didn't have fancy things like that.
I don't know. I'm sure the 90s.
We had light up shoes. Do kids still wear light up shoes? Sound
I
off in the
think most.
comments. Do they? I thought those were the coolest things, and then I tried to find a pair for adults, and they don't make them. Or if they do, I don't think I could afford them. I forget. But for some reason, I don't have light up shoes, and I wish I did.
I used to work at a sneaker website, like a streetwear website. I don't know. That was a weird.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It'd be like you have to write about shoes 10 times a day and think of something interesting to say, and all I would do, they were like, you can put a little bit of your personality into it, and so I was the entirety of the website products, write-ups, and they'd be like, put your personality, and so the entire website was just me not knowing anything about shoes, being like, this is stupid and it's $500, don't buy it. And I would do that 10 times a day, and then I'd go home.
It was awful.
Yeah, wow.
Then
I got another job at College Humor, and then that was fun. Cut this out.
Emily,
Yeah.
you have your phone out?
I have my phone. Yeah, what?
Will you Google Icebreaker Questions?
I have here from the website museumhack.com the only list of icebreaker questions you will ever need.
Oh boy.
I don't doubt it. Okay, give me number 17.
Number 17, which is the final one.
Oh wow.
What is your favorite television network?
All right, you guys answer that. That's a terrible question.
It's not a good one.
It's not like I like NBC. End of conversation. The icebreaker
Correct.
question has to be like, tell me a story about like a time you pooped in public or something.
Willie, have you ever pooped your pants in public?
No. Not that I know of.
But I also don't have a digestive system, so.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Well, don't pry, but we all have our secrets, Brian.
That's fair.
I will be honest with you guys. I have no idea how people like record stuff. I am surrounded by like different equipment that has the potential to fuck up in some way, and it is the most stressful. I'm going to cancel myself hardcore.
Ooh,
Like-
hell yeah.
That's like the dessert you get for a life of not being canceled.
Do you have the speech prepared?
Well, it depends on what I'm getting canceled for. But if you
give me a thing, maybe I can dig myself out of the hole.
You are canceled because you kicked a puppy.
I am sorry to everyone who looked up to me. I am sorry to that puppy, and I am sorry to the puppy's owner. But you know what? There are bigger issues here, people. And for the breath we're wasting talking about me kicking the puppy, we could be talking about apartheid. We could be talking about the bubonic plague. We could be talking about any number of social issues, but you guys are wasting your time talking to me, who's really nobody. What, a stupid internet celebrity who just happens to have the biggest channel on YouTube? Save your breath. Talk about what's really matter. I am using this moment to bring attention to the real issues. Support Prop 8. Wait,
Do the kids watching even know what Prop 8 is?
I don't know.
it's when they were like, oh, gay people are scary, they can't get married, and then
Gay people are scary. It is true.
it is. You know what? I think like they've given us an inch, and we really took a mile with Prop 8. And I think that, frankly, nothing I end this sentence with will not get me in trouble. So, Brian, favorite Disney heroine, go.
Let's see. Who were some Disney heroines?
What Anastasia was the first one to come to mind, who is not.
Disney.
And also not my favorite. Let's see. I
I saw someone going off on Twitter today about how Anastasia is czarist propaganda. It's like, that's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll go on record. That's what we'll get canceled for, saying that's fine.
Anastasia didn't really do much wrong.
Who are some Disney
She was
heroes?
executed.
Yikes! That doesn't happen in the movie.
No, it doesn't, but it happened in real life. She was shot.
The whole, I mean, they were brought down to a little bunker, and they were guarded, and they just shot them all up. Kids and all. I think they might have killed the parents worse. Well, they were bad people, I think. I don't really remember. It had something to do with Rasputin. I went to Russia once, which was weird.
You've been to Russia?
I went to Russia for a day. When I was younger, my family took a cruise, and it was in the Baltic. And so we got off, and we went to Russia for a day, and also to Estonia for a day. So those are two weird places that I don't know why I've been. But I'll tell you this, Russia was sad. The only thing I remember about it was a dog wearing pants. And I was like, that's not right.
Right? They had a
I was-
dog. I swear to Christ, I saw a dog wearing pants. And I'm sorry to anyone from Russia who's watching.
You don't exist, but if you did, I didn't mean to insult your culture, but I don't know why your dogs wear pants. Because I remember seeing a dog wear pants. And it was weird, and there was no poop hole, because I remember checking.
So maybe it was like a diaper, but like it looked like full ass pants.
Strange.
That was all I remember from Russia. And then we went to the museum.
You really got a lot out of that trip, huh?
Well, apparently, because I just described something enough about the Russian royal family's demise, that had to come somewhere.
That's true.
I also got a thing, I got a little thing that was like, it was like a board and a bunch of chickens on a string.
If you're watching from Estonia, say hi. I like your country. Russia, I didn't care for your country, but I understand. If you're watching, I love you.
Do Russian bots watch videos? What's a bot?
Am I like,
What is a bot? Is the bot sentient?
Are you hurting the bot's feelings? Is that what you're asking?
No, but like, if I say words, like if I say Russia is garbage,
will the bot hear that, or do I have to type it out for them to get mad about it?
It's possible it could be scrub. You know, it's like you know how YouTube can auto caption.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it can scrub a sort of pattern recognition. I don't know what I'm saying.
for the record, I don't think Russia's garbage, but like, I don't know, it's so big, it's gotta be hard to maintain, if that makes sense.
Technically, they're our greatest allies right now, but like, they're a frenemy.
They're like, Russia is doing to us, remember the movie Mean Girls?
I do remember the movie Mean Girls.
Russia is Mean Girlsing us. They're like convincing us they're our friends so they can take us down. And by us, I mean the president. Donald Trump, who's still president while we're making this. Or,
I mean, I'm happy to try and help with that. That guy sucks.
They're mean girls in America, but Donald Trump is Gretchen Wieners. No, because Gretchen wasn't.
No.
so politics. Do you guys, are you registered to vote?
We are registered
Yeah.
to vote.
But are you doing that?
We are.
Yes.
I don't know. You said no, it could have been a much more interesting conversation. That's why you dig underneath the surface, Brian.
You are absolutely right.
Um,
Emily is not going to vote.
I'm not going to vote.
No, I'm gonna vote because I fucking hate Donald Trump.
Although I may have just insulted the entire country of Russia, but he's still our president. There are a lot of people who are just like saying vote into the ether, and I do love the idea. Like, I think it's very silly. I guess I'm confused because I do want the democratic process to go through, but also after the past 4 years, the idea that someone is just now thinking like, hey, maybe I should vote. It's very silly, the idea that we would want them involved in the decision-making process of our future. I just said I want him to die. I'm not going to do anything about it. Mostly because I'm lazy.
So that's the only thing stopping you.
And I believe in gun control. I don't want to be a hypocrite.
We're all getting put on a list!
You know what, Brian? That's very hopeful of you. The idea that enough people are watching this to put me on a list is something to strive for.
I believe. I believe.
I will say, and like, I don't want him to die.
But I am at the point where, like, I'm closer than ever of wanting someone to die. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
2020 has pushed me to the point where I'm like, okay, I get assassinations. So anyone tuning in for a show about knitting, bet you didn't expect that one to come. Alright, so that was our interview. I hope you liked it. To any Secret Servicemen watching, I apologize. I didn't mean... I'm not threatening at all. I promise. Also, please like and subscribe. And, follow Brian and Emily on Twitter. I'll put their information in the thing. Maybe. I'm probably not gonna put this video up for a couple weeks and I might forget by then. But if not, at Emily P. Heller and at Brian is a Goblin. I'm still getting the hang of this thing, so hopefully next episode I won't make vague insults to Russia. I guess they weren't that vague. Oh well, goodbye.